Steady Claudio here, and I'm going to tame a crystal wyvern in this video. It's probably going to be hard to follow because these things give you quite the ride. So I found this 145 and put crystals on my last thing, and I'm going to put a parachute on my bar because if he throws me off, I'm going to try to. So I tried to crawl up here on his wings, and he tried to get up in the middle and then lay down. But then you feed him, and then he's off. But I had trouble because I don't think I was quite laying on his back enough. I went a long time before he wanted any more food again. So I'm just hanging on here, and the only advice I can give you is don't touch any buttons. And if he goes close to the rocks, you're probably going to get tossed off. So I go quite a ways here without trying, and this is really hard to follow because he is moving like crazy. I don't think I'm on him good enough. So I'm going to stand up here in a second and try to get in better position, which I was ready to get tossed because I'm trying to get in a better spot because for some reason he's not getting hungry again. So I'm going to attempt to stand up here, but I'm almost 100% sure that I'm going to get tossed. Wow, I'm really hanging on there. So I'm kind of waiting for him to level out a little bit so I can stand up and try to reposition myself. Because you can stand on him, but I was 100% sure I was going to get tossed. Somehow I did not. We'll see. I should have got that window to go away, but I couldn't, and it gives me my effectiveness. So I can't get him to feed, so I'm just staying at 5%. So I'm thinking, well, I got to do something here. I'm either gonna fall off or I'm gonna lose him. I keep thinking, well, maybe I'm just missing something, or it's a glitch, or something like that. I'm like, okay, this has been a couple minutes and I haven't fed it. He doesn't want me to feed him, so this is kind of crazy. I got my parachute ready. I'm going to stand up here in a minute, I think. This is a 145, so I'm pretty happy with bagging a 145. So there I am, standing up. I don't know how I'm staying on there, but it let me stand up. So now I'm laying down again. Still doesn't seem to be hungry, so I'm going to stand up again, try to get closer. You got to be right on the middle of his back. There we go. So now I'm going to lay down here, and there I can feed him. So now I'm on there where I can feed him. So now we're feeding him, and now it's just we're along for the ride. So the rest of it is just going to play out with me right on the back of it, but I'm going to let it run because I want people to see the whole process. And I'm not going to speed it up because this is already kind of a Freaky Friday type situation. So I'm just probably going to let it run, see how he's ready to eat. And then it tells me it's going to take about 20 crystals. That's the Awesome Spyglass app. I have two apps on my server, the Awesome Spyglass and S Plus. That's the only two I use. And the Awesome Spyglass I use just because I can't operate that other Spyglass worth a diddle. And I use this minimally. There's a lot more information you can display, and I'm choosing not to display a lot of it. I usually just want to know what I gotta feed them, how many. In this case, 20 crystal or 3 primal crystal. I don't have any primal crystal. Whoa, I don't know how. I'm not touching any buttons. I'm just trying to keep my screen straight ahead so I can see straight ahead. And I'm at about 30%, and I'm just hanging on for dear life. I'm really afraid. The last couple, well, a couple times I've tried this. If they get over on the rocks will actually knock you off. I don't know. I don't understand how I stood up and was able to move, because I never thought I was going to be able to do that. But I just figured I either had to stand up and get bumped off, or do something, because I wasn't going to be able to feed him. So it was just a, excuse me, waste of time. This is a 145, so that's a pretty good get. And I don't know, I keep hitting E and it doesn't feed him. I don't know if it's a glitch. This is an unofficial server. I don't mess with a lot of the settings on there though. Very few. Just a few things to make the game easier, but like I said, it's not heavily modded, and I try to stay true to the game. I have some taming times. Holy cow! I don't know how I'm staying on there. I do have some taming times set a little bit different. I just don't see the value in sitting there and watching something for 2 hours while you're taming it. Most of my dinos on this server can be tamed in about half hour, 45 minutes, depending on what you're taming them with. And I consider that reasonable. So this is a 145. It's going to take about 20 crystals. I think that's pretty reasonable. And it does take about, I think by the time it's all said and done, it's going to take 10 or 15 minutes. And I didn't want to speed this up nor cut it out. I'm not touching anything except my mouse. And I got my finger on my number 8 key because I'm almost, if he bucks me off, I'm going to use my parachute and try to live. We're about halfway home. I tried to zoom in, but that didn't. Trying to get a better picture with not so jerky. I can't always see when it's ready to feed him, and I don't know. See, here I'm really scared because he got close to the rock. If he drags me across those rocks, I'm off. So that really worried me. So if you're near the rocks, oh man, yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna get bucked, because if he gets near the rocks and you hit a rock, it knocks you off the Wyvern. I learned that the hard way. Died, lost a bunch of stuff. He keeps hovering around that one hill, and that kind of worries me. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, man, that is jerking me around. He goes up. Guess they never land once you're on their back and you're trying to feed them. Pretty crazy. And this is on my unofficial server cluster. I have 4 maps: the island, Crystal Isles, Valguero, and the Lost Island. I'm just trying to pick up a couple crystal wyverns, quite frankly, for travel. So I can get around a little quicker on my maps. And I am trying to get every boss on every map eventually. So I will be needing some wyverns to fight the queen or the boss on this map. hatched any or raised any or stolen any eggs from any of them. I am not set up yet. I know you need crystal, primal crystal. I'm just not set up for that yet. I'm working on a small outpost here where I'm going to try to breed some of the crystal wyverns. If you're interested in joining my cluster, join my Discord. There's a link in the description. I don't have hardly anybody that plays on there. I'm kind of a different player. I like to keep everything clean. No cursing, and we need to be kind and nice to each other. So that's my usual MO. So if you're interested in something like that with no shenanigans, let me know. So it looks like I'm about to get him. And I'm going to name him Wild Thing because he gave me a pretty wild ride. Oh, there we are. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Just real quick on some of my adventures of just click E and you're riding him on the land. Need to get him something to eat. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Just real quick on taming a crystal wyvern. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. Have a great gaming day. Steady Claudio out.